Good morning. Today is January 10th, 2020. I know I'm a little remiss about this. I haven't been very diligent about doing any walking or videos or anything lately. So, for what it's worth, happy belated New Year's. Well, we came out here with a bang, didn't we? Anyway, this is uncomfortable. Okay, that's better, much better. Oh, looky. The mimosa is in bloom. Isn't that just so pretty? Wow. Yeah, I haven't been very diligent about getting out. I guess you could say I've been in a funk. And then again, I've been busy with other things too. So what's my biggest news? Well, as you can see, I'm walking alone this morning for a reason. And that is because Cleo is recuperating from surgery. Sometime in early December, I noticed one of her teats had a lump on it, and so I got her to the vet, and he said we needed to keep an eye on it, which I did. And within just a couple of weeks, that tumor grew like 3 times the size it was when I first discovered it. So I took her in Monday, and the doctor agreed with me that we needed to do something ASAP. And yesterday she had surgery. That tumor was the size of 1.5 golf balls within less than a month. So in essence, Cleo has had a mastectomy on one of her tits, and while he had her under, I had him take that fatty tumor off of her. So, while we haven't had that tumor biopsied, he told me that it is cancerous. So, it's just a matter of time. You know, we know there is no guarantees in life. There are no guarantees. And we know our existence comes with an expiration date. That's the cycle of life. You're born, you live, and you die. The differences being is that some live longer than others. Some live a richer life. And some people, well, they die sooner, they die slower, but eventually we all die. So Cleo is going on 11, and I consider myself fortunate to have had her for 8 years. And for as long as I possibly can, her life will be comfortable. She definitely is loved and is admired by a number of people. She's cool. There's not a whole hell of a lot I can say. But I did feel when I got the news coming home, I felt that fight coming up inside of me again, because it reminded me, well, it was just a repeat of when I was pronounced with breast cancer. So I'm stepping in the ring to take another swing. As for myself, I'm breathing, I'm walking. I guess I'm doing okay. I've been keeping myself busy and trying to unclutter my life some, because after my visit to Vegas, I've been entertaining the idea of moving out there to be with my son and his family. And I hate Vegas. I mean, I love Vegas. I really do, but I hate the weather. I mean, come on, look at this. You know? It's lush, it's green, it's got moist air. Yeah, right? And you want me to move out to a desert? I have to bring my own fucking trees with. Because they don't, well, they have trees, but they look like they're struggling through a drought. They're so withered. Oh, fuck. But yeah, the possibilities are pretty good that I might find myself living in Nevada, eventually. That could be fun, you know. Unfortunately, with Catherine gone now, I don't have a rap partner. But doctor says I have to get more exercise. I'm sitting around too much. Not that I'm sitting around doing nothing, it's just that I'm sitting. So, yeah. Anyways, that's that. I've been saving my nickels and my dimes, and I had just gotten enough saved up to where I could go over to the local Harley dealer and see what they had to offer. And I would have a nice little nest egg, or, for a downstroke. Well, yesterday that blew that right out the door. Not that I mind. And in a way, I'm grateful because I had it to do it. Vet bills are like people medical bills. They don't come cheap. And, well, $1,300, yeah. But I had it, and I did it, and I'm glad. So what's happening with the world out there? All kinds of good shit, isn't it? So much shit is hitting the fan. It's kind of cool. I know. Most of you disagree with me. Well, fuck you. When you start paying my bills, then you can change my way of thinking. Shit, I need to start turning back. My hips are starting to bother me. Fuck. Yeah, don't be sitting around for so long. It's not good for your health. Anyway, so I know a lot of this is all hindsight because of how swiftly this foobar of our Orange Pretender turned out. But here's something. Well, this reminded me of my own personal experience when my father was stationed in Tripoli, Libya. Yeah, we used to have an Air Force installation there. Wheelus Air Force Base, Tripoli, Libya. I think we got there 1960, thereabouts. And the Shell Oil Company had wells and were taking oil out of Libya. And for some reason, the Libyan government realized they were getting taken. And they weren't even getting kissed, So we had a political insurrection, and because the installation was rather small and all on-base housing was allotted to officers, we were living off base. And, well, my father has always said I didn't have enough sense to be afraid of anything. But I remember being afraid then because we had no idea what was going to happen. Fortunately, we came out of it all right with no incidents, but the tensions were running high, very high, and a lot of cool minds prevailed. Uh, so this recent situation brought that about, and it reminded me of something that some of the commentators out there have been making. You have to understand the culture. How can I put this without being ugly? These people, the Islamic culture, like Christianity and a lot of other religions, there are different denominations, factions, whatever, right? And they disagree on a lot of stuff. Or no, they disagree on minute details. You know, you do this way, and they do that way. And like many, I guess I could even say like all warrior nations, cultures, people that are raised in the glory of battle or believing in it, you know, dying for your beliefs, killing your enemies, being taken down in defense of that. That's the best way to go. And being heathen, believe me, honeys, I've heard it all the time. You know, so yeah, fuck you. Anyway, so it's not too much of a stretch to come to an assumption that these people don't think twice about going into battle. Let's put it that way. I don't know, can you see the deer? Yeah, you can now. So anyway, maybe things have de-escalated. As of this morning, it's a case of conjecture that Iran shot down that airplane. Okay, but here's where I'm going. At face value, on the surface, yeah, they might smile in your face, tell you everything's okay, you know, we'll move on from here. But in the background, you have your subversives, and you can never let your attention be diverted. You have to stay vigilant. You have to keep in mind about what you're dealing with and whom you're dealing with. Because they make the outfit look soft when it comes to payback. I'm sure some of you will take offense at this. Sorry, I speak from my own personal experiences. You know, Um, God, when we were living off base, I remember I had to stand outside, between 6:30 and 7 o'clock waiting for my school bus in the morning. And it was dark out. And while things were becoming a little bit more progressive, a female's life wasn't worth shit. You know, as soon as a girl started her menses, she was put on the marriage market. I at the time, I had a little neighbor. She was about my age, 12 going on 13. And, she ran around and played like everybody else. And then next time I saw her, she was wrapped up wearing, well, you people have been exposed to the burqa. Back then, women there wore what was called a barakan. And it was just a couple of meters of material that they wrapped around them and draped over their head and then hid their faces. Well, when you're on the marriage market, you don the barakan and you cover your head, but you don't cover your face because you're up for grabs. And I noticed that she was wearing a barakan. And it didn't strike me as profoundly as it has since whenever I think about it. Because, what did I know? I was 13 and oblivious to a lot of the realities in life. But, yeah. 12, 13 years old, put on the marriage market. And I've met other Muslims since then, over my many years, and I've had some beautiful experiences with them. But when I think about it, most of those came from Egyptians, whereas Libyan, and the other more Mid-Eastern countries, they are a little bit more fundamental in their perspectives and interpretations. So it is what it is. You can have good experiences and you can have bad experiences. The problem is the bad experiences tend to outweigh the good. There's no easy answers here, folks. None whatsoever. But you got to keep a cool head and you got to try and stay objective. What we're observing now is power play. Greed and the machinations to be top dog. You see my property? Or you see the property next to my fence line over there? Okay, the gentleman who bought that, he's got the 15 acres that surrounds me. And he's from Zimbabwe. He's a white man. He was one of those who was run out of the country because of what word would we use? Elitists. You know, he had the money, he had the power, he had the situation. Fat lot good it does. But I met him. When did I meet him? Shortly after Thanksgiving. So late November, early December. And yeah, I can see why he would be run out of the country. Because he was an asshole. Rude, arrogant, you know. Oh God, these people are so ignorant at times. But yeah, I could understand why. And not only has he bought the 15 acres around me, but he has bought 10 acres further back. So now he owns 25 acres. And quite possibly he might be buying up another 5. Well, more power to him. But it don't matter, because if you're an asshole, that's not going to make you any nicer. I can understand wanting to make your land pay for itself in some shape or form, but another cell phone tower? We got one right over here, and it's, God, how tall is that fucker anyway? It's that tall. But yeah. I don't know, I'm just rambling here, but it has been not busy, but interesting. And I got shit to do. But I want you to know that Cleo is doing well, and she'll be out with me on my next walk, because right now her pain meds have kind of like knocked her for a loop. So, okay guys, ride safe if you can, otherwise stay warm. Be well.